I just got off work and I wanted to keep like a little snack. I have to cook. I actually have to go buy groceries and then cook, and that's gonna take forever, and I'm starving. So I'm gonna stop by Taco Bell. Let me get like one taco and like a happy hour drink. So I get a taco. It's like a supreme taco, so like whatever. And I get one of those little like, I wanted like nacho cheese, so I got one of those little chips and cheese thing and a dollar drink. Tell me why it's almost $9. Like, what the freak? That's like a whole ass meal, and I just got a taco. Like, I ate it in 2 seconds. It's my fat ass, but whatever. Like, what is going on? Like, I cannot afford this economy. This is crazy. Like, I just voted, something's gotta give. Like, next year, I'm about to buy a house. I'm about to do all this stuff. And if I can't afford fast food taco, like, I simply cannot, like, do this anymore. Because this is crazy. This is crazy. I literally had 2 jobs. Like, before this job, now I'm a healthcare baddie, but I had 2 jobs. And I'm, like, still struggling. Like, I'm heading to Walmart after this to go, like, buy groceries. And it's probably going to be, like, another $100. So it's something like that. It's, like, it's crazy. Like, am I the only crazy one? Like, this is... No, I cannot. No. Something's gotta give. We gotta do something.
Milk in the fridge, so I did buy a small gallon of milk and a half thing of oat milk. So... What the fuck?
This is for the parents of older kids, like 8-year-olds plus, and I mean this in the sincerest way. Are you guys okay? Yes, this is another supermarket rant, because the supermarket has become my most despised place on earth. It surpasses play centres and the gyno, and that is absolutely saying something. I just dropped into Coles to grab a few things, and I'm trying this new thing where I'm spending intentionally, and I'm thinking about where every single one of my dollar is going. And for me, I prefer to support the local grocer than to support the big food chains. Mexican tonight, so think like black beans and diced tomatoes and corn out of a tin, like things that are meant to not cost a lot of money. And I walked out of there spending $82, and I came out of there with 1 meal. I have little babies. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and between the 4 of us, those 2, my 3-year-old doesn't eat. She eats oxygen. So like, to combine, they're probably the equivalent of 1 child and 2 adults. Like, how are you feeding these pre-teens and teenagers who are like garbage disposals, who just eat everything? I know that's what I did when I was a kid. Like, at this point, I'm sitting in my car. That's how furious I am. And at this point, I just feel like they're just taking the piss.
PSA, can rich, privileged people, especially younger people, stop giving financial advice? I scrolled across TikTok, and this one person's like, this is what I did to make 6 figures, and this is what you're doing wrong. Live below your means and all that BS. Really, you find out that they live at home and don't have any actual true bills like everyday people. Most of us do not have parents that are able to provide for us fully, and good for them. That's not a slight for something that they were born into. But coming on here and acting like they really know what they're talking about when they have no student loan, no debt of any kind, and it's like, yeah, you just live below your means and just make smart spending decisions when most of us are paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, make it make sense. Stop.
I think one of the most frustrating parts about being a young person today is that we see the ways that things could be better, right? Like, wouldn't it be great if my landlord wasn't legally allowed to raise my rent 20% one year and then do it again the next year? Wouldn't it be great to have a 4-day work week or even like a 6-hour work day? Wouldn't it be great to have more public transit systems so we wouldn't have to rely so heavily on cars all the time? But whenever we say these things, people in power and the older generations are like, you know, that's gonna cost money, right? You don't think we're paying for this already? It's just so infuriating that it costs so much to just exist. And none of us really even asked to be here, right? And we have solutions, like the solutions are out there, and they may not solve everything, but they would make it better. And the people who are supposedly supposed to represent us are like, oh yeah, you have a little idea? Oh, that's cute, sorry, I have a luncheon to go to. Like, okay, guess we're screwed then, thanks. And I know that America is objectively not the worst place in the world to be, right? But I don't see how wanting better it's become like a hot topic. Like, why is it such a divisive thing? Like, this resistance to like things that are very obviously going to help everybody is just so frustrating, because like, why? I feel like people forget that we are where we are right now, like in terms of equality in society, because people chose to make such a stink. Like, maybe we should listen to the people. Just a thought. Okay, so this is a little message for the government. Not that you probably care, but if you do, this is a message for you. I just went to fill up my car and it cost me $102. Okay, that's a sick joke. Considering my car used to be $80, like how did we get to this? Like $102. You've just like cost me about 5 cups of coffee that I now won't buy because I had to put extra in my fucking car for fuel this week. I basically feel like I would really like to know what you guys all earn and what exactly you fucking do to earn that kind of money, because I can sit down and tell you what I do at work, and I work really, really fucking hard, but I've got to live week to week because the inflation right now is kicking me in the ass. I don't exactly know what you guys do, because it never seems to be anything that you promise when you're fucking getting elected to be in the government. But anyway, that's besides the point of this video. You all basically get paid to break fucking promises, I think. But anyway, back.
This is how much debt I have at 25 years old. Okay, so let's go over the biggest and scariest one first. I owe the IRS $34,000. Yeah. Okay, next we have my car loan, which I owe $23,295 on that. And then I have 6 credit cards, and across all of them, I owe $7,465. So that brings me to a total of about $65,000, which sounds like a big number, but it's okay. I'm here to figure it out.
Finally calculated how much debt I'm in. I kind of didn't really want to do this, but I know it's something that I need to actually do and put the figures to the paper. So we're going to start off small. My PlayStation 5, I've got £500 on that. IKEA's $830. My Monzo Flex is $1,150. And then we go to my car, which at the moment outstanding is $10,500. And then my loan, which is $14,500, which is absolutely ridiculous because it all totals to £27,480. I felt a bit sick when I actually had a look at that figure, because I was like, what the hell am I going to do? PlayStation's getting paid off this month because the 0%'s running out. Monzo Flex, I'm really hoping I can get that paid off next month. I just need that gone. And then IKEA, that's 0%, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I need to try and tackle the loan. If you want to give me a follow, you can watch how I'm trying to make money to at least pay off a chunk of that loan. I've done quite a bit already. I've managed to get quite a bit of money behind me.
This is just my little Tuesday rant. I am 33 years old, and I just want to give you an example of why our generation and the generation under us is drowning when it comes to just everyday things that we are required to purchase. So the first example that I'm going to give you is household appliances, washers and dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, okay? My grandmother is 91 years old. She has a refrigerator in her garage from 1976 that still works perfectly. Okay, she still uses that for pop, for juice, for anything when grandkids come over. My husband and I purchased a dishwasher. This is a Frigidaire, and not to mention that dishwashers themselves are expensive, even for the cheaper dishwashers. So we purchased a $700 Frigidaire dishwasher 6 months ago, maybe 7 months ago. And this is what the inside of our dishwasher looks like already. It is completely falling apart. It is rusted out. Almost all of the little brackets, I don't know how many, have already broken off since we purchased this dishwasher 6 months ago. And the worst part is, when we called Frigidaire on our warranty, they specifically sent me the warranty exclusions that exclude rust in the warranty. It's like these companies know that the quality of their products are not good, and so they exclude the things that they know are going to happen. So I know that our generation complains about how things are and how expensive things are and just the quality of things, but this is the reality of what we have to deal with. We're buying washers and dryers and refrigerators and dishwashers and expensive items way more frequently than my parents or their parents.